Hello, hi, and welcome to A Course in Miracles. We're on lesson 42 today, and we've begun into a section that really talks a lot about God. It uses the word God. It started with the idea that my mind is part of God's mind, and I'm very holy. And lately we went from talking about holiness to I am blessed as a son of God, and it's introduced the idea that we are sons or daughters of God, and yesterday God goes with me everywhere I go, and we talked about the idea of this word God, that when the Course was made, it used the biblical terms, pretty much even King James version of the Bible words, like Father, Son, Holy Spirit, atonement. All these different words are really symbols, and we talked about that symbols are not the real thing. They're just what points to the thing. And even God, what it points to, when we say the word God, all of us have our own version of what we think God is, but none of them are correct because God is actually beyond words. You can't even begin to use words to adequately describe God. But we are in a place where we have to use words in order to understand what we're talking about. So the Course uses these dualistic biblical words as its spiritual language, because probably that was the language of the writer at the time. So we talked about if you want to change the word, if you want to make God female, talk about the goddess is my strength, and vision is her gift, that is perfectly fine, because God is not male or female. God is everything. God is male and female. And you can't have one without the other. So feel free to do that. I just choose to know these things and use the words that are written because I'm comfortable with them and I grew up with them. But sometimes, even still, my concept of God is a very outdated concept for me. It's really, really changed, especially in the last 15 years. And I know that even what I think of as God now is going to change again. So what this word is pointing to for me right now is whatever it is that it's at the center of my being, that I am one with, and that created me, and that is one with everything. So if sometimes I might use the word life, like life is my strength and vision is its gift. But whatever works for you, love is my strength and vision is its gift. Use that word, because you don't want to get hung up in semantics and totally miss what the Course is all about, which is bringing peace of mind and bringing this vision that it talks about, where you see the world and everything in it, and every situation, every person, totally different than you've ever seen them before. You see them through the eyes of love, or through the eyes of what it calls Christ's vision. And that's where we're headed. So the ego is going to constantly be trying to pull us off, like, what about this? You don't like the word God. This is not for you. But try and see if you can hang in there a little bit with some of these words that you may not be comfortable with. And if it's really too much of a stumbling block, just totally change the word and make it something that you are comfortable with. So here we go. God is my strength. Vision is her gift, or its gift. The idea for today combines two very powerful thoughts, both of major importance. The thought of God is my strength, and vision is his gift. It also sets forth a cause and effect relationship that explains why you cannot fail in your efforts to achieve the goal of this course. So if you thought, oh man, I can't do it, I'll never get there, don't worry, you will. You cannot fail. You will see, because it is the will of God. And contrary to like the concept of God I used to have, where God had a will, but you could always go against his will. In this concept of God that the Course puts forth, it's impossible to go against the will of God. But we'll eventually learn that God's will and our will is the same. But so we are on this journey, we cannot fail. It is his strength, God's strength, not your own, that offers vision to you. God is indeed your strength, and what he gives is truly given. This means that you can receive it anytime, anywhere, wherever you are, in whatever circumstances you find yourself. It's not something off in the future, but it's right here. In fact, because it's outside of time, it's always there. It's always available. We just have to recognize it. All these things in the Course have already been given to us, and we just have to recognize it. Your passage through time and space is not at random. I love this. You cannot but be in the right place at the right time. Such is the strength of God, and such are his gifts. So if you're thinking, oh man, it's not the right time, I don't think I can get vision now. No, you're in the right time. You're in the right place, always. We will have 2 3 to 5 minute practice periods today. One as soon as possible after you wake, and another as close as possible to the time you go to sleep. It's better, however, to wait until you can sit quietly by yourself at a time when you feel ready than it is to be concerned with the time as such. So that's the major thing. You want to be really ready. If you can't do it when you first get up, it's better to do it when you're ready. But if you can, that's a great time to do it. When you first get up, right before you go to bed. Begin these practice periods by repeating the idea for today slowly, with your eyes open, looking about you. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Then close your eyes. Repeat the idea again, even slower than before. After this, try to think of nothing except thoughts that occur to you in relation to the idea for today. You might think, for example, vision must be possible. God gives truly, or God's gifts to me must be mine because he gave them to me. Any thought that is clearly related to the idea for today is suitable. You may in fact be astonished at the amount of course-related understanding some of your thoughts contain. Let them come without censoring, unless you find your mind is merely wandering and you have left obviously irrelevant thoughts, let irrelevant thoughts intrude. You may also reach a point where no thoughts at all seem to come to your mind. If such an interference occurs, open your eyes, repeat the thought God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Once more, while looking slowly about. And then close your eyes. Again, repeat the idea once more. And then continue to look for related thoughts in your mind. Remember, however, that active searching for relevant thoughts is not appropriate for today's exercise. That's kind of what we've been doing before, but today we just want to let it come. Try merely to step back, let the thoughts come. If you find this difficult, it's better to spend the practice period altering between slow repetitions of the idea with your eyes open and then close your eyes, and then with your eyes closed, than it is to strain to find suitable thoughts. There's no limit on the number of short practice periods that would be beneficial today. The idea for the day is the beginning step in bringing thoughts together and teaching you that you are studying a unified thought system in which nothing is lacking that is needed, and nothing is included that is contradictory or irrelevant. The more often you repeat the idea during the day, the more often you will be reminding yourself that the goal of the course is important to you and that you have not forgotten it. So that's lesson 42. We're talking about vision, and we're talking about strength. And one that's coming up, vision and strength are really the same thing. But anyway, have a great day. Love to you, peace to you. May you just enjoy this day with all your heart. Love to you, and I will see you tomorrow. Aloha.